Helokawans, I'm Little Cat, and I'm happy to see you back here with us after the Lunar New Year as we play Immortal Part 2, a high-level D&D campaign with me as the Game Master and our friends Ben, Ita, Kang, and Mike. Mike is not here today as he is in the land of the tea, but he will be with us in spirit and listening, I believe. In session 50, the gang find themselves in a little safe haven called Havilland, and after encountering a thought to be lost to time dragonborn, Rolliver, they were escorted to town and given a tour where, instead of being told where things were, they enlightened their guide with their knowledge of when the place used to be bustling and full of people and entertainment, and was a town called Eflon Minor. Zekin's master was coaxed out by his many pupils, one of, and is unruly as usual, if not downright rude to their host, the Dragonborn. Eventually, the gang find out that high-level magic is used frequently, and the do's and don'ts of their host town for the moment, especially the consequences of wanting to leave. A lost two-time Dragonborn. Lost two time. Van makes a plea to the group, and Rolliver explains how she's burdened. Van makes a plea to the group and Rolliver, and explains how she is burdened by glorious purpose and would like to fulfill it, with or without the gang, as even if staying here, she feels it would be far too easy. We begin with the gang telling me what they want to do in their 4 to 5 hour downtime, as Rolliver attempts to gain them an audience with the Havilland's highest authority to begin their negotiations. All right, what do? Who wants to start first? I know what Ben wants to do.
If no one speaks first, then I'll do my, I feel like rather short, related 5 hour stuff I think I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he will, look around and try to, as he only saw like small creatures, right? And I know Master want to be set free, and I'm not sure how well the spiritual or the spirit thing related is here, how much is still being pulled into the tower. So I'm just gonna go around to see the uh the souls, the spirits, and see if there are a lot, little, how much are there, any that has accidentally float away.
Okay, make
While
me an investigation check, or you can take 10 to spend the whole 4 hours.
tech tend to spend the whole 4 hours. You
Yes,
mean like
you
base
can
10?
either. Yeah, base 10.
Base 10. If I take base 10, that would be, I think, 30 something.
No, as in if you take a 10. If you take a bog standard, you will spend time instead of having to roll.
Yeah, I mean like 4 hours. I mean like the total number would turn out
Instead
to
of,
be.
if you roll well, you
Uh-huh.
can be done in an hour or two.
I will attempt to roll. I won't take the base 10
Okay.
because it's as tempting as it is. Because I'm a rogue, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. Yeah, that is base 10. 22.
Okay. It doesn't take you the full 4 hours to go around investigating based on what you know. You do find various animals. You also find various people. It's it's quite lively here. It's very biodiverse compared to the mainland. Make me an Arcana check.
Natural 20.
Arcana 27. You feel a pull upwards into the sky, into the dome. There is still some kind of siphon, you think. You're not sure how to substantiate this, but if a soul is released, they might be reborn or they might be cycled into the ether. But at least there's a chance.
With that feeling of the pull, right? Is it just general upwards pull, or it is pulling towards general direction, like for example, east or something like that?
It's pulling towards the mainland.
Okay, so okay, right. I don't want to risk it, so I'm just gonna.
You're
Oh,
you're cutting out, by the way.
huh? What?
Okay.
Can you
Now
can you hear
better.
me?
Okay, yes.
Huh? How am I feeling? Okay. I said I don't want to risk it, so I am just gonna go around the town and see how smooth, how, like, I heard that magic is being practiced, and I want to see like how the people is here doing, because
Um, it feels a
yeah.
little bit like, um, sorry, Fantasia. Have you seen that cartoon, the Disney one, where
Oh,
everybody
oh,
is
oh, you
so,
the Mickey Mouse one,
yes, the Mickey Mouse one.
Fantasia. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
people utilize magic on a regular basis. It's not unheard of. In fact, you see a bunch of people doing prestidigitations very often. There's people using magical telekinesis, mage hand, and things like that just to help around the house. You watch someone drink tea while holding the newspaper being fed by a mage hand, so he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. And then you see a child cast light on various objects and watch as somebody may fail a save and be illuminated for a duration before that child runs away. But it seems like people here are very comfortable with using magic. And just as with other tools, it is frowned upon to use damaging magic in various places, obviously. Like, if you have a knife, you don't go around stabbing people. You don't see anybody doing particularly nasty things to each other in broad daylight. Seems like a functioning area, but plus magic. Not
Mm.
that different from Falsen, to be honest.
Uh, I will stare at the maze, and for the rest of the duration of how many hours do I have left, I'm just gonna look at people, uh, study them, like see what magic, even the slightest cantrip to the highest level they can possibly produce without harming people's one, and see like
Um,
just study them in general, like how I used to do it when I'm just watching at people of Paulson.
you essentially get situated. You watch as some people talk to themselves, so you think, oh, that must be sending. And then every so often you look into the sky and you see an ad for used carts and horses for sale.
My fucking skywriting.
And then there's another one that pops up after just next to it saying 10% off your next purchase.
Won't it be
And a
dangerous?
giant arrow that says book. Uh,
Immediately it comes to his head is like, won't it be dangerous? Like, doesn't the mainland see this?
Probably not.
hang
Yeah,
on.
like he
What?
doesn't know like how far the distance is,
Well, yeah,
right?
yeah. You think this? You're like, okay, that's kind of dangerous. But there you see, just ads in the sky. It does cause you a little bit of concern though, as the clouds move to gather and make all these alphabets and shapes and emojis. You do see the dome just for a split second before it gets covered up by more clouds. And you're like, okay, so this isn't some fantasy land. This is still
We are
real
still
life.
inside. Yeah,
People
we
are
are
still
still
in
inside.
trouble.
To it. Oh,
It's just that people have a lot more freedom here than they do elsewhere. Is there any magics in particular that you're interested in to utilize or to engage with? There are
I'm
also like scroll shops, but you have no
right.
money.
I'm no, actually I have money spending from the
Okay,
time
okay.
when we are in Osen, but I don't think I don't know how much money is used here. Are they still using money here? Is trading information like back in the snowy white wilds does it? I'm not sure what is the trading situation here
Do you
because this
engage
place is
anyone to ask these
no.
questions?
Uh, actually, since they would know I'm an outsider, right? I'll just ask the most common, like what's the monetary trading system here? Is it gold? Do you trade goods?
You don't have to ask anybody to observe that some people do exchange coins for objects and services.
Hmm.
Um, there hasn't been a situation where you could glean that um, purchases are bought by information per se. The general population still seems to use some kind of currency. Give me a perception check.
Sure. Got perception. 24?
Mm-hmm. With the 24, you watch as a young woman who is carrying two baskets in each hand try to wrangle a small pouch of coins. She puts a few coins in the pouch, but manages to butterfingers her way into dropping a silver piece. It lay on the ground as she walks away. There are many people
I
around you.
I'm still gonna pick it up to be a good Samaritan and like go after her.
Okay. You look at the coin, and it doesn't seem to have any markers of uh, Kezia, the matriarch's face.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really have a face of a person on the coin. It seems to be a very rudimentary silver piece.
Is it just a flat shaped, no symbol, sigil, words, or any
It
wording
has
whatsoever?
it has the silver piece like one.
Oh, it does still have the markings of a silver piece, but not any of the
Yeah, it doesn't
other.
have any like country markings. You know how when you look at a Malaysian ringgit, it's like, oh, it's a ringgit. If you look at
Mm-hmm.
a Japanese one, you're like, oh, it's Japanese. This
Mm-hmm.
is a squarish coin with thick bevels. It's kind of weighty in your hands. You're very sure, having handled one or two silvers as you grow up, being paid and all that, it's definitely probably silver. The woman
Mm.
sort of walks away further and further away from you.
I'm gonna um go after her and because she dropped this.
As you get close to her and you say you dropped this, she turns around and she goes, "What? Oh, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What did I drop?
Uh, I passed her that silver piece that she dropped. The
Oh,
unmarked,
oh, oh.
yeah.
You watch her sort of put the two baskets on the floor to take out her little wallet, and she goes, "I'm so sorry. Uh, here, an apple? Is that
No, no, I don't need repayment. It's just be careful.
oh, all right, if there's nothing else." And then she picks up the two baskets again on either hand and starts leaving.
I then go to the corner and just pick up a normal silver piece in my own pouch. and look at it. It's like, uh, wonder if there's any value here.
Same-ish weight. You think that if you hammered it down a little bit, smudge some of the words mechanically or chemically, it could pass. Silver is silver.
About chemical, I might need to ask someone that is not here.
I mean, out of character.
That
They don't
yeah, but
have fiat currency. Everything is gold, silver, or copper.
I do not have laser cutting. I have to use
No, it's
access.
okay. It's okay. You think it
Yeah,
would work? They'll just be like, "What is this?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, it's from overseas." Technically,
technically it is overseas. All right. I'll just put it back, and I'm just gonna. What's the word? Um, meander. Is that even what I'm looking
yeah.
for?
You can wander around. You can just
Yeah.
spend time taking in the sights. You're very good at keeping time, so I would say you
I
find
will ask.
what you feel
I
like you
will
want to
ask.
find.
I want to ask Gunlag and uh boss, both of them, like, where are we meeting? Sure.
Oh yeah, this was been
Probably
discussed.
probably back at the accommodation, back at our
Yeah, wherever we have a
Airbnb.
place to stay.
Do
Because the
do
guy's
we
gonna
have a
come
place
back
to
to us,
stay
right?
already, or are we still just
Rolliver.
You have a
in
place to stay
the? All
Yeah,
right.
he showed us to a little house and he's like, "Yeah, you guys will stay here."
in
Is
the
it together
burbs.
with all the other Volson people that came with us?
Um, your party has one house. The other Folsom people seem to have been pulled elsewhere. You haven't seen them actually, except for what's his name?
Topher?
Not Topher, the one that got yelled at.
Oh, the one.
Oh,
Postman.
Oh, the one get yelled at. Wait, what's his name?
Synax.
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 Synax
Synax.
and his friends are like, look, we need to talk, and he's like, what? I didn't do
Right.
anything. Yes, you
Right. He
did.
get his what you call his key revoked or something like that.
He
Oh,
lost
yeah,
his
for bringing
passport.
people.
He lost his passport. He did a bad thing. Anyway, so Synax, you haven't seen in a while. You think that maybe they'll all be back around the same time as you need to go.
We're actually lynching him right now.
Are they
Wow.
like are they like next door, or are they like did they like drop us off and then take
They're
them
they're
elsewhere?
supposed to be next door. Like this is a suburbs area, like a cul-de-sac. Your house and their house is next door. You share a
Okay.
yard.
Cool,
There's
cool,
a
cool.
barbecue.
Mm,
Jacuzzi out back.
Jacuzzi out back. It has a roof
yeah.
in case it
I'll
rains.
just meander until the time's up.
Okay.
to go
Is
back.
there anything in particular you're looking out for?
Everything seems like calm and quiet and happy. I'm just casually admiring magics going around. I'm more interested when it happens. Will be like enchantment magic, something that makes something. I
Hmm.
think light is light an enchantment,
I don't
I
know.
think.
Maybe.
But yeah, some
Roll me 2d20s.
No.
2d20s. What d20s? 115, 113.
Dos. The 20. 13 and 15. Okay. With the first roll, you don't see anything in particular interesting, um, or rather, nothing that catches your attention. With a 15, you do pass by a funeral parlor, and there seems to be people attending a service, and you have a chance to pop in if you feel like it.
Funeral? That feels like a good place to be in. Yeah, sure.
You walk to the front of the parlor and you see somebody holding a guest book. It's probably a young halfling. She looks up at you because you're a very tall cat. She holds up the book and she goes, welcome to my family wake. Granddad knew a lot of people, so can you sign here? There's refreshments inside.
Do I see the name of the pus
Of the what? Sorry.
disease passing?
Oh, you definitely see a name. It says Emmerich.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
we are here to celebrate the life of Emmerich. You assume that's the granddad.
right. I will just write down my other name, Ume.
She nods. She doesn't even look at the guest book. She saw you sign, and then she holds the guest book against her chest as she greets other people behind you. Um, there seems to be a sizable attendance to this particular funeral. As you walk in, to the left, you see chairs, and they're all facing an open casket. To the right, you see the somber chats and noises of the family talking amongst each other. You see the widow greeting people and acknowledging their well wishes. Towards the front of you, you see a drink fountain, some food, sandwiches.
Seems like a very big procession. Is it that? How do you say that word again? Yeah. Um, Seems like a very big funeral.
Um, you you're sort of pulled towards the body. You don't feel as though the body has released a soul.
I squint a little. Is Can I sense the soul is still there intact?
You think so? It's intact. You feel pulled towards it. You know you can steal it if you felt like it.
Shouldn't.
Does that mean it's not dead?
Yeah,
He's
no, that's why I said
definitely
like
dead.
it shouldn't like when people die, the soul should just let their body. That's
Make me an Arcana check.
Yeah, this seems strange.
Erkene.
Arcana.
There's no path to the afterlife here.
That's a 21. Wow, I roll
21.
high Arcana this
Very, very good.
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've heard of clerics use particular spells to maintain the freshness of a body. There might be something keeping the body fresh, but also maintaining the ability for the soul to not get sucked up into the ether. Maybe this was what you were feeling early on in the day. There's a 50-50 chance that your soul will reincarnate or go into the afterlife, or you become another robot.
Okay, that interests me that they managed to at somewhat hold the soul intact. Uh, Excuse me. I go back to the little one with the book.
Yes, can I help you? The refreshments
Um,
are over there. We do have the
no,
hot
no,
stuff as well if you need to.
no. I'm just curious. Who is the person that take care of uh Mr. Where's the name again? Mr.
Emmerich.
Emmerich. Was he the
Emmerich.
priest or the person who runs the mob? Who's the guy who's taking care of the body?
She nods. Here, come with me. And then she leads you to where the body is, and then goes past the body into another room behind. Um, and you see this old man, half elf looking fellow. He looks tired. Definitely a priest of some kind. Roll me an arcana to see if you know what priest this.
Well, Arcana for priesthood. Okay. Oh, 26.
26. Okay, very good. You recognize this particular parish compared to the dwarven lady that did the wedding, or prepared for the wedding that Gunlaug ran. This person seems to be a follower of like a peace domain god or goddesses. You think? Very very calm, very serene, kind of tired, but acknowledges you. How how may we help, kind sir?
I, uh, although I'm not family of Mr. Emmerich, but I am glad and thankful for you to keeping his body so intact and pristine.
Old Emmerich was a pillar of the community. This is the least that we could do, and it is part of his request for his body to be preserved for about a month before we do our processions and lead him into the water.
I do have a question. If you're not too tired, I see you have a lot going on.
He smiles, asks you to go on.
Like, I have a keen sense of understanding the souls of the departed. I realize that his soul is still intact, like after the body or like has already passed. Like, how is it possible? I know there's ways to keep a body pristine, but not to this degree.
He nods. There are spells that we use, but in particular for this one, given the situation that we are in, and given the pull that the mainland has on souls, we
I nod.
use, and then he pulls out a jade. It looks like a Chinese coin jade, like you know the circle, the donut.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
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 Circle with the square in it.
The circle
Yes,
with the
yes.
square. No, this is just the donut though.
Oh.
With a circle.
Oh, the jade donut.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Yeah, the
jade
Jake
donut.
donut.
It looks like you know when your butt hurts and you sit on the chair donut.
Uh,
Yeah, it's very
That
small.
big,
It
or is it like a
fits.
small coin type?
Yeah, it fits on the palm of a person's hand, like just
Okay.
nice shaped, flat donut thing. And he goes, "We use this as a medium to shepherd souls into the afterlife instead of being pulled into nothingness, blackness, death, being recycled over and over again." Also, we've heard, given the situation.
it is dire out there, and yes, it's nice to know that there is a chance for soul to depart peacefully instead of used for whatever they are using it for.
You sound like you're well versed in what those souls go into. Perhaps it would help me in my endeavor to lead my parish, so to speak.
I am in a little. I am, if you haven't noticed, an outsider.
He nods.
I have seen what they done to it, the soul-wise, and I can tell you much about the souls, what they are likely used for, where they are heading, and who is behind it. You might already know who is behind it.
He clutches the jade in his hand and he pushes it towards his chest. You watch him mutter a prayer and ask for permission to some kind of god before he looks at you. Make me an insight check.
Inside. Inside. This one. That's a 22.
He knows you're not here because you know Emmerich, but he's more interested in what you have, information wise, with what's happening on the mainland. He looks at the little girl and he goes, "My darling, can you please leave us for a while? Uncle and I have a bit of catching up to do with regards to your granddad." "All right. Do you want anything to drink, Mr. She looks at the book. What name did you give?
Mume.
Mr. Mumik?
No, I have just refreshed myself, so I'm fine.
Okay. And then she runs out. Right. As you well know, I don't think you knew Emmerich at all, being an outsider. But tell me what news of the mainland.
Terrible. So I will tell them about
The Soul Dome.
the in I believe entire thing because I don't think I have anything to hide. Except for the wanted few used to be warlords. Uh, except for them, I don't expose their identity. But I will tell them about the dome, the tower that's seemingly fueling the dome, not words. And then also the soul that has been used to fuel the construct soldiers that they are using in the mainland. All of that and horrible experiments going on.
I see the cycle has not changed at all.
Oh, it has been. I'm not sure how long she has come into power, but it has been for a very long.
She's been in power for long enough. I've been alive, thankfully, without being punished. Here, thank you for the news. I'm afraid I can't do much beyond tell you how we managed to control the souls from recycling.
Maybe you can help me in one small task that you might be able to do.
He leans forward, keen.
There's one thing I have been left out that I particular not only have a keen eye for knowing about souls, but I can pull them to me. And then I take a few of the trinkets. One of them is the 5 rune stones,
Mm-hmm.
uh, bone stones. And one of them is, I believe, the feather is still with me. The urn and the. Let me check my inventory. Give me a moment. Where
Chicken
is it?
looks in his backpack.
Chicken's
Yeah.
like, where is this?
Where-
Where is
that's
it? He pulls out
I
a
had a thing.
lipstick.
One more.
He has a handful of granola. He has
So, oh,
loose tissue paper.
the teddy bear is already with uh,
The
Loti,
teddy bear
so
is piloting Floaty.
yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
so the 5 rune stones, one light feather and one earth. These 3 objects.
One bird.
Caca,
Feather, one
the
feather and
filar.
one earth.
He looks at your collection of trinkets and you can see that he recognizes some of the bits, but more so he's very interested in the runes. He hovers his hand over it, the one holding on to the jade, the donut, and he goes, "This particular one seems to be more powerful or more connected to you than the rest."
Yes, I believe that this is one of the reasons why I am gifted with
It's
the
quite
power to connect with souls.
evil as well. Perhaps you could enlighten me on why.
Quite evil.
Maybe evil is not the correct term. Unsavory?
Yes, unsavory. He's a unsavory person in life. He is the most bluntly say disgusting person that I have ever met. In terms of his speech, his action, and demeanor. But he is not evil.
Make me a perception check. Because funny. It has to be
Yes.
really high though.
Uh, then let's say good luck. No, no, it's just 22.
Nah, nah.
Yeah,
Nothing, nothing strange happens as you talk shit about your master.
yeah.
He nods. And I'm assuming you want me to assist you in some kind of ritual to release all of these stones, including the runes?
The runes has been asking me to. He wants to be peace. He wants to be let go, finally rest.
You
Yeah.
watch him turn around, take a bowl from his collection behind him. This is when you actually start looking at the collection behind him. There's several dolls, very worrying, kind of scary looking behind glass. A collection of bowls that go from very small to quite large, and he takes the medium sized one, and he turns around. As he moves closer, you can see runes and writing of different languages. Primarily, what languages do you speak?
I speak not that much, but I do speak. Let me check. I can just press it just now. Common, undercommon, elven, and sylvan. Yes.
You do see some sylvan writing that tracks, given that this person is half elf. And he sort of looks at you, gives you a nod, and sort of flips it over and covers the runes. Is there anything that is particularly harrowing? Don't worry. Whatever the entity is in the runes will not be able to hear you or see you under this bowl.
I blink a few times rapidly. It's like, okay. Um, they are not evil, and I'm don't hide from him ever. There's nothing to hide. Uh, what do you need to know?
Just in case you're in trouble, we've had to deal with demonic possessions before.
Oh no, 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 no. He's not a demon. He's a human in life. He is my um adopted father.
Right, my apologies. Blink twice if you're in trouble. I'm going to lift it now. And then he lifts it up. And then he puts the bowl back. Now, where were we? Sorry for that. I accidentally dropped the bowl.
So be careful. I don't want to accidentally break any of this.
Indeed.
Oh, yes.
And what kind of funeral service are we having for your stones?
Right. So each each of them. Well, this is a set. The I gesture to the stones. They have a soul connect to them. This one is my late master and also my adopted father. And this one, I gesture to the feather. It's a very tragic father who tried to protect their kids. And
I
this
remember
one,
that guy.
and this one is a person that has lived his life to the fullest, die of old age, but it was in the situation where the towers were nearby, so I don't want it to be recycled and reused. I check it out from him before they could.
He nods. He acknowledges what you just said, and we're going to cut to Ida, do you want to go first or Ben? Just in case you
Let's
want to
go Ben first.
Okay, Ben. What are you doing? Share with the class.
Okay, so Bosk is preparing to go out for walkies with Speaker and the siblings to
Okay.
explore what used to be Eflon Minor. Not sure where they were going, but we're like, oh yeah, well, let's go see where the kebab cart used to be.
No,
I
no
want to
more.
join that.
Okay, both of you
Wait a
go.
minute. Yeah,
Okay.
if you guys are just gonna like explore and like check out the old stomping grounds, I want to see Larry's
Oh.
kebab store.
Okay, so we're all gonna do that,
Yes.
I think.
Okay, you walk into town, and just as you reach town, uh, Bureau, no, he's closer to Van. Speaker mentions that he has to go look for something, and he drags Van with him.
Okay.
So you are left with Bureau, and good luck, and yourself.
Okay.
Uh, it's pretty far to go to Larry's Kebab, but you can find people keen on giving you transport service. For example, there is a skywrite saying, "Call this
We
name
have
out
given-
loud
We
if
have
you want to
we were
go."
given horses, right?
Yes, you were actually.
Can we use them?
Yes.
Or do horses not go into the city or something?
Yeah, there are horses. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so you're on your horse. Um,
Yay.
Nothing's changed. These are the exact roads you remember going through, except everything is
Okay.
older and less maintained. You reach the
Dang.
site.
I miss subwoofer.
Subwoofer. Um, you reach the site, the street where Larry's Kebab was, and you also remember a little bit up the road was where Morgana almost deep fried a thief.
Yes.
Yes.
She used shocking grasp. I
And
remember.
on the ground, it seems that Larry's Kebab had been here for so long that it has created grooves on the floor where his cart would
Oh.
have slotted into. But the cart is no more.
Yeah, fair.
Larry is also no more. But in the
Alas.
surrounding area, there are
What?
people walking and some other people maybe selling curry puffs, empanadas.
Oh, yeah. Remember back in the 5 months ago from my own memory when we were here eating kebabs?
It was
Yeah,
just
we
5
tell
months
this
ago.
to Bureau. We used to stay in that place, and we point at the hotel. It used to be a hotel.
Yeah, with a really rude staff.
But it's run down. Are you wait, 5 months ago. 250 years plus 5 months. That tracks.
Yes.
Do you want to go in? It looks like, and then he sort of looks outside and sees the windows, and he's sort of tutting under his breath, because as you look up, you see that some of the windows have like clothes hanging outside to dry.
Looks like people are still living here.
It looks like it. I don't think, given the situation that Havilland is, space might not be. What's the word? Like, it wouldn't be a premium because there's people coming in all the time. So, where's Van when I need her? She's so good with words. And then he sort of marches through the doors.
Oh, okay. We're just going into people's home. Okay. We
If you
follow him.
reckon, remember, what was her name? Sunny Bright, Siva.
Sima Sunny Bright.
Sima,
Uh,
Sunny Bright.
The snake
Snake
lady.
lady?
You know, the snake lady struck me as someone that might be really long-lived. Maybe she's still around. And her husband, intention.
That's a good point. We could go back and visit that part of town.
I wouldn't be a bad
Prejudice.
idea. I mean,
Prejudice
Little prejudice.
is
because Was some of these people like even if they weren't like snake people, was there elves? Was there other long-lived races that might actually still be around that we would have met?
Okay, out of character, going through my memories of the NPCs of back in before time skip. I think.
Nagas are not long-lived. You, as a ranger, know this, and
No.
also a medical
But
practitioner.
she was also like a you know magic user thing, so you never know.
Correct. Um,
I
her husband technically should be alive, but you're not
Oh.
sure.
There you go. Because yeah, there are ways to become long-lived even
Yeah.
if you aren't born long-lived, and like someone that trades in secrets could.
I think like in terms of F1 minor NPCs, most of them were like human or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, humanoid.
stuff.
Even the what's it, the brothel area. Most of them, like, there were
Yeah.
Yeah.
bugbears.
Yes. I mean that makes sense as well, because like it's it's hard to be
What
poor
about
for
the
that long if
carriage
you-
guy? The
Carriage guy.
the
What?
carriage captain guy.
He was
Wasn't that
a
the kobold?
kobold, right?
Kobolds live long, right?
But they're
No,
also
they
very stupid.
Yes. Yes.
Which
Their
means-
lifespan is long, but they tend to get eaten by dragons or
and other
killed by
things.
adventurers.
I mean, given that he is kind of unscrupulous, you're not sure. It might be a stab in the dark. And you did remember seeing an advert in the sky for horses and carts.
Oh, might be worth checking out. He didn't like us much, but we did kick up a stink and had a fight in his establishment. But that was a long time ago.
Oh, I don't think I actually met him.
No, me neither personally. I think that was Wendy and Morgana. Kobolds live up to 120 years, but rarely do so. If they have powerful draconic blood, they can live to around 400.
120 years. That's not
But if
enough.
they-
It's not enough.
But if they have powerful
enough.
draconic blood, up to 400.
He didn't look like he had powerful draconic.
I don't think if he had powerful draconic blood, he would be a car salesman, you know?
What?
Just lying to people. Like, what
He
kind of
did make
draconic blood do you
manager.
have? Silver. I mean,
That would
white.
probably be the smarter end of a kobold, though, so he might do well.
Fair.
Yeah, like he did make manager. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
He was doing well for himself.
Mm-hmm,
And there was
Okay.
like the corrupt politicians and shit, so we don't like them anyways, but some of them might have been more long-lived.
I don't think so.
Make
think so.
both
I don't
of you
think
make
so
me
either.
like a general history check.
Yeah. So
Memory
it has been multiple years IRL.
18.
Where is my character sheet?
Character.
Character. We're just loading it in. I haven't rolled yet tonight.
No worries.
My bad.
But an 18?
Poor brain is fried.
Exactly.
So history. We're so good at Gunlag is like especially good at that. So
So, it's
Oh, I-
okay.
oh.
Between the two of you, you're having a conversation. What Gunlog is doing is giving ideas to Bosk, who runs it in her mind simulation palace, going, that doesn't make sense. He'd be dead. And then you mentioned politicians. And Bosk, you're trained enough to have to deal with a lot of stately folks, given your parents once upon a time, and also medical school. You know that those who were caught doing the wrong thing in a public station would not remain in their station for long.
Yes.
And given the very calm and collected formerly Eflon minor that you exist in, you think shenanigans may have made it so that they would have been deported, or worse.
Okay.
beheaded.
Eat the rich? No.
Introduced to Mr. Guillotine.
Yes.
You know, like,
Give them
yeah, I
bread.
don't think they would have
No, and
surrounded.
even if they had, we wouldn't like them anyways.
Yes. It's like,
Sorry,
you
I'm just
wouldn't have let them stick around, right?
no,
Surely.
I'm just trying to think of who
I
else
think our
would be
best
around.
bet's probably Sunny's husband.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll head there next after we're done here.
Good idea.
And then we
Wait,
go
what was
see what Bureau
um
gets himself into.
Madame of the brothel? What was she?
Shit, I
A
forgot her name.
woman, I believe.
I think she was some kind of
My brain is like tiefling, but I don't know if that's correct or if
no,
I'm just like
I think if I remember correctly, she was a like a elemental baby. What's those things called?
No.
oh Ganassi.
A genasi, yeah, like some kind of earth genasi. I think.
I remember the guy we were after was a Jedi.
Yeah, the little nepo baby shit.
He was an air genasi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of upset that we never got to actually beat the shit out of that little snot dribbler.
he got sliced by his mom. Said
Yeah, he
something.
got taken first.
He got taken. Anyway, those are the people that exist. Honestly, in these kind of places, after 250 years,
Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta think. Just in case.
um,
Yeah.
a teen, probably 17-year-old, passes by you with a basket of like curry puffs, and offers you one for purchase. It's very cheap. You can
Oh.
get 4 for a copper.
I have
Yes, please.
money. I will buy
Do you
some.
have
Okay.
Let me see.
Do you take randomly or do you ask for a specific one?
Are they different?
If you ask, the person nods, but doesn't give
Oh.
you any more information beyond that. They're not a very
4
good
for a
salesman,
copper.
but it smells nice.
boss? Give me a
Okay.
copper.
I give him like 10 coppers and we get like 40.
40. He just gives you
No.
the basket.
Oh.
Hey,
Sweet.
hey, kid. Which one's like the nastiest one? Like the greasiest, nastiest one? Please tell me.
They're all nice though.
We gotta
grease.
find that
There
one
has
out
to be
ourselves.
one, not like
I
like
look
the-
at them and
I mean-
examine them.
I mean, this one will give you the runs if you don't have the stomach for it. And it breaks it open, and the smell wafts into your nose. It's spicious, fragrant. You smell curry leaves. It's thick. You see bits of chicken. It's got potatoes.
I'm already eating it and hoping for a Larry's kebab experience.
It is different. It is filling. It actually makes you feel nice and warm inside, but not in a greasy way. Like you wouldn't have it
Ugh.
after clubbing,
Warm and
Mhm.
fuzzy in your tum tum.
but you would be kind of happy if you had it.
This is
Which
yummy.
you do, so you are kind of happy. Well done.
Hey.
All of you have good constitution, so you won't get the runs. Don't worry. He looks at you. He's like, "Well, some people don't really have the stomach for it, because it's kind of spicy. But
I mean, I wanted like the greasiest one that makes it feel like you're like coating the inside of your stomach with just
he
fat.
he puts a fist, like he does the fist pump into his own palm, and he goes, "You know what? You've bought my entire stock. How about I take you to this place, and you can get like really greasy bread with like sloppy eggs and sauce.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Buzz-
he-
Detour?
it's not even a
Not-
detour. You go into the hotel that you stayed in,
Hey.
but the problem is you have to go up flights of stairs and
So
through.
the elevator doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, my elevator doesn't work anymore.
There's no snarky Jessica.
There's no Jessica.
Laugh.
And traversing through hallways that look like people's houses, you're not sure, and then the smell hits you. What it is Ben would know this, but you would not. It's called burger ramli. It's basically burger patties on a very oily grill, and it's smothered in sauce. It's like a sloppy Joe.
Egg. Yum
And
yum.
an egg, and everything is just cooked. And when you
Chili
eat it, you're
sauce,
like, "Bleh."
mayonnaise.
Extra
Nice.
mayonnaise. It's greasy, and you see people just crowding around the stall. Um, they look like they're giving about 5 copper pieces per burger, and it's like a double stack burger with egg on every slice. There's no cheese though, but it's drowning in some kind of brown sauce and a white sauce and a tomato sauce and a very neglected mustard bottle on the side.
Mustard. Okay, we gotta get
Fucking perfect.
one for each of us.
Okay.
Yes.
So
The
3.
the
That's
kid goes,
15.
"I'm gonna go sell more stuff," and then he disappears,
Thank
leaving you
you,
back.
kid. I salute him.
There's a line of about 4 people in front of you. I say in front, but they're crowding the stall with an
We
understanding that the next person is somewhere in this.
we join the line
Yes.
and wait for our turn.
Make me
Need some
perception
curry puffs
checks.
in the meantime.
There's so
Perception
many
check.
curry puffs.
Yes.
There's like 4 per copper, and you give
Oh.
him 10 coppers.
I'm paying attention this time.
Oh my god. Okay, 20
The
and 28.
food. It is important.
You
Sorry, I look at
overhear
it.
conversations. What do you want to know about this current situation?
Oh,
I wanna
Pretty much
know
like town
if-
gossip.
Everyone is feeling kind of like content, or if there is any kind of thing like stirring up, making people nervous. Like what's the vibe and the feel of people's general?
This question brings up the conversation that you overhear between 3 friends. One friend reminds you of Synax and her wanting to leave this island for the mainland because there has to be something more beyond the waters, something. And then the 2 other friends are like, "It's so nice here. Why do you want to leave?" Just basically one very adventurous person who is tired of everything, and 2 people who are quite comfortable, even if the living situation isn't the most opulent. You hear the girl talking about people coming here from overseas, saying it's safe, but she wants to experience what unsafe means. There's a lot of rose tinted glasses about the dangers of Creera proper. Then you hear conversations about, "Oh, I heard it's winter all the time there," and they're like, "I know, winter all the time. That's crazy." And you can't use magic. You can't use magic. How can you live? And then you watch as the girl that was talking about leaving, she sort of spills like a glob of sauce on her shirt, and then you watch her prestidigitate it away. Like, no big deal. It's gone.
ah.
Anything else you want to know?
Uh,
How many people are here?
There are now 6 people around you, including yourself.
Like, okay, probably not something I can overhear, but something
Like-
that I would have been wondering while we were walking around outside. Like,
Okay,
the
if you
kind
do,
of
population.
population.
if you do like a general census, every 50 meters you count like a group of people. You think the population of this town, given the size, is not as big as it was with like the 15,000 people it used to hold, but maybe more like 8,000, but spread out.
Okay, that's pretty. It's not bad.
So it's a decent size, sort of small town. No, big town.
Yes.
The burgers get to you eventually, and it is indeed sloppy. to the point where, Bosk, you're not sure if this is good for people's health. Your doctor abilities are kicking in, and you're like, maybe just a little bit of salad, just a little bit, like one leaf.
I'm like, and then I look at though like the other two eat it, and then I'm just like, how much are they enjoying it?
Too much.
After we like walk away, because I assume we're just like we like hang out here for like a short while, and then like, oh, we should start heading over to Sunny's old bar where it used to be.
Biro
Um,
has a burger in his hand. Roll me a d20 to see how fast he eats it.
wait,
12. Okay. He's quite measured. Like the first
Okay.
bite, you see him like chomp down, unsure, and then he gets into it. And then he eats a little bit faster, and then he realizes that you're watching, and then he slows down.
Yes, and then I tell him that yeah, you probably shouldn't have too many of these.
It's
I fucking
bad for your
stuff
heart.
my face and it's messy.
it's gone. It's gone.
These aren't them.
He he looks at Gundog and he goes, I don't think we have any napkins. Nor do we have that
I use my
magical thing.
sleeve.
Oh. The girl that
Just stare him
prestidigitated
in the eye the whole
herself.
time.
Lol. The girl that prestidigitated herself, like sees this happen, and immediately goes, Do you want me to get that?"
Oh yes, please, thank you.
Immediately, like snap of the fingers, and you're clean. You're cleaner than you have been in many weeks.
Yes. I'm a dirty girl.
Like you're not itchy
Oh,
on your shoulders anymore.
Feeling.
You know how if you don't shower, it gets itchy
Yes.
because of the sweat and
Ugh.
stuff. Yeah, you're not itchy. You're like, oh, this is really nice actually.
I could get used to this. Oh
And
no.
then she sees the other two, and then she snaps them clean as well. And then she just buggers off.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Like,
you.
no big deal. Service.
People are nice here.
Yes,
Not-
I'm quite concerned with how nice they are. I'm waiting
No,
for the
it's
other
easy to
shoe.
be nice when you know
when things are
your
good.
shit's not terrible.
I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it always does. So, what is this place? You mentioned Jessica. Who was she? Was she your guide?
Alright. No, she
Uh,
was like the
Go
the
between us
receptionist.
and our employer, kinda.
A receptionist between you and your employer. There's so many questions. I mean, I know you spoke about um, your previous place of employment and how they sort of left you in the dust and stuff.
Yes. So we had a handler, and she was employed by the handler to be kind of in touch with us and report back and forth.
So she was the handler.
She was more like the handler's assistant.
Yeah.
A handler would have as an assistant. This sounds like a massive operation. You're walking
Yeah,
and
it's
Yes,
talking.
he
pretty
managed
big.
a few teams.
Any chance?
I mean, it was multi-continental, so
See, I don't know anything about continents in general aside from Kreira.
yes. Just imagine, to be fair, we haven't been to any of the others other than within bases, but just imagine multiple careers.
That's terrifying.
World's
Bosk,
largest place.
you've traveled with your parents before using teleportation circles. You've been in other places, a place with a lot of sand, the beach.
Yes. I educate our boy about different biomes.
And then he just nods.
It's
You'll
like, yeah, there are
also
places where there's a lot of sand, places with a lot of forest.
And then you
Wow.
remember
also got
there's a tree room somewhere in the underground in this hotel.
A tree room?
Yes, like a herbarium or like something.
It's where you guys
Oh.
teleported.
Ah. Yes, yes. We go down and we show him. Like, look,
They might not be there anymore though.
this is what a non-frozen tree looks like.
You go to where should be a door, and it seems to be walled up, like just stone.
Ah, well, something's happened here. Is there
Can we ask
anyone like
someone?
around? Or yeah.
It seems that this hallway has been neglected. When you walk, you kick up dust.
Huh.
Did they perhaps not want someone to come through the circle and destroy it?
Possibly.
Do you think
That
this
would
would
make
be
sense.
the reason why what's her name isn't here?
Yeah.
I think if she really wanted to, there would be other ways for her to get here, surely.
I think we need to ask whoever's in charge
Yeah.
how he keeps this place so isolated.
Yeah. And hidden.
Because when I looked at the maps that old man Jaka was showing us, I'd assumed that this place would be under her control. Like a secret base or something. And that's why,
Weird that it isn't.
yes, and that's why the people would have access to it. But if she doesn't have access to it, think. Anyway, we still have time. We can go check out Sunny's old bar before we head back to the
Yes.
house.
And have you noticed how freely people are using magic around here?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's like
thought
the
that was
old
quite
times.
strange. What do you mean? The old times, they were very heavy-handed on the magic here as well.
Well, not this much. Not
No.
everyone had the ability
Which-
to use magic.
Makes
Like,
me
I don't.
wonder if this has become a bit of a, freehold for magic, which is good because they will make the best kind of allies if we need some powerful fucking spells cast to topple those towers.
Which we actually do.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Great
One
observation.
of you mentioned that if there's 6 towers and we brought down 1, there should be 5 left. So if we get 5 magic people to deal with it, we
Oh, that's
can.
caliber strength.
Hmm.
Well, we only need 4 because we could do 1 ourselves.
Not. Yes.
So
Well,
theoretically,
given that apparently Morgana was one of the founders of this place, I wouldn't be surprised if magical education was something that a lot of people had access to.
and to be fair, it makes sense with the completely free use and not really much consideration for how things are being used either.
The memory of her toasting a young man far into the distance. Thankfully, both of you have not seen any people be really aggressive vis-a-vis magic.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
But it does seem like really liberal use.
Yeah, but Second could probably tell you about that kid who was lighting up everyone.
Okay.
Speaking of Second. Come. Meow.
Yes, I'm here. I returned. Yeah.
Okay. You are talking to the priest to make things go by a bit faster. What are the things you need to know from him? And then I will let you know what he wants to know from you.
Right. First thing first, name, because I haven't asked him.
Yes, he tells you his name is Priest Dias. Dias. Like the thing you say speeches on.
So, Priest Dias. Okay, that's Priest Dias.
He says in public, if you so wish, you can call him Uncle Dias.
Okay.
He is half elf.
Yes, that one I remember. Yes, yes.
Okay, what are you telling him? What are you leaving out?
Okay, so don't think there's okay, Priest Darius. I want to ask him like the particular arts and magic that he used to keep the soul within, like how does it work? Is it keeping the soul in the body, or it just like allow them to pass on without going through the power sucking thing? I just I'm
From
asking how the magic works.
he cannot tell you exactly because the whole process was done about 100 or so years ago, and he can't
Oh,
really remember because it was done by his like superior and within like the higher priesthood when he was a bit younger and not a priest guy. Um,
Right.
but he summarizes it as when you do the what is that spell? It's not raised dead.
Gentle repose.
Gentle repose. You have to do gentle repose with the jade, and
oh,
what it does it arrests the soul. So the soul is like frozen in the jade and kept with him. So when he says that, you sort of recognize the same thing you do with those souls, except you materialize the object instead of having the object be an important component to freezing the soul.
I see. Okay. So that's one. I and then I asked, is there a way, since this is the trinkets that I put in front of them is already in a sort of item state? Is it possible for is there a way to release them without being uh pulled into the tower, because she still feel there is tuck in the air.
He acknowledges your comment and he goes, when we release the bodies into the water, and then it, he points towards the map. I am on the Owlbear map.
Oh, Alabama, I
Yeah,
don't have that.
I think I just let you in though.
Let's see, where is Alabama? Where is Alabama?
Meow.
Meow
Where's
I
bear.
keep
the
forgetting to go there.
I mean, it's
oh there
it's it's a place where you can like scribble and draw.
Yeah, I know. We can
So
draw.
you are at the X on the minor one. So for the people who cannot see the map, essentially we've just got a circle where Eflon Minor is, and I have put towards the southwest, like a little bit southwest, is where they are. And then the priest says, when you want to release the soul and the body, they actually let the body go up here, where I have circled, into the water this way.
Into the water.
And hopefully, by the time it goes far enough and the soul is released because the magic is over, it will not get sucked up into the vacuum of the recycling bin.
oh, so that's why they said it's a chat. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But from what you know, it's not an exact science. In fact, after he said he cast gentle repose, it's a guessing game. Like, do you remember when you cast the gentle repose? Are you waiting for the last day to release the soul, or are you just letting the body go? Sometimes they just let the body go, and whenever the spell ends, that's when the soul is released. The further away, the better. But you can't tell because, you know, maybe fish eat, maybe hit wall, maybe evaporate. Who knows?
Yeah, so the hit wall part, right? Because I do remember we are kind of confined in zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm worried since the map only shows the edge of this, and I don't know how far or how close the edge of the dome is.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if the body touching the dome would be sucked in, the soul wise get sucked or not.
You're not sure. In fact, the priest doesn't know either.
Mm.
Like, it's a big question mark at this point. But the priest does know that you will experience extreme pain trying to get to the edge of whatever this is. Like, he
Oh,
acknowledges that fact. He hasn't tried it, but he has heard of stories.
I will tell him that he can acknowledge that fact and also confirm it's like burning alive.
How descriptive are you to the point of body horror?
Do he want to look into his eye?
That's up to you, bro.
Um,
He is
Doesn't know
just a
what's
priest.
happening in your eyes.
I will say that I will just say that he
You
will
wish
not
to
get into
traumatize this man.
he will not get into the details unless he wants to hear it. But
Make me a
yeah,
persuasion check. Uh, yeah, persuasion, because it's charisma, charismus,
okay, persuasion.
persuasion.
15.
As you get deeper and deeper into your story, saying how further along you get to the edge of the world, your descriptions become more gory and more painful that you see Mr. Diaz start gritting his teeth, and eventually he's like, right, that's as much mental imagery as I can take without seeing you absolutely flayed on the floor. Let's not.
Right, I'll just stop there.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But it seems that we have similar technologies when it comes to um, putting souls in stasis so they may not end up in recycling. If anything else, all the information that I need from you is evident, and I believe with your help we could do something about the outside. Because as much as I would like to stay reclusive
In yeah,
here in Eflon Minor,
you call it Eflon Miner?
Havilland, that was the
Okay,
DM
if he
accidentally.
calls it
Oop.
Eflon Miner, I was like,
I mean,
is there someone?
technically, he would call it Eflon Minor because he's old.
So he has
Okay.
been
He was
here
here
when it's
back in
still
the day.
called Eflon
Yes,
Miner then.
but he does not. He says
I
Havilland.
think he
It's just
uses
me
the
being a
Okay,
new.
clown.
okay,
That was a
right,
He
DM
right, right,
mistake.
uses
It
the
was just me
new
being
name.
clown.
right.
Yes.
I was going to say, are you one of those person?
Are you? You gleam that he has been alive for quite a while, um, to the point where he might know Eflon Minor. From what you heard from Speaker and Bosk and Gunag and so on and so on, but to you that's just another name. And he goes Haviland, actually.
Right, right.
Some of the younger folks want to leave and explore. I understand where they're coming from. The urge to traverse the unknown, thankfully, has been our saving grace. And there's only so much we can do to support a growing population.
There is a few things that I believe you, if you put out words to your leader, can assist with this problem. Because we did find ways to take down the pillars, the towers that was keeping all this thing running.
He nods. I'm sure it can be discussed and will be discussed as soon as I speak to the rest of the priesthood.
Mm.
You realize that time is slowly running away from you. This has been an extremely educational talk for you and for the priest guy. There's been a few times the little girl has come in with drinks and snacks for you because even though you say no, This is a funeral, and you need to eat something.
Um, I will let the priest know, yes, where we are staying. And then if anything, he can ask someone or himself to come look for me at that particular place if they can't find me.
He nods. And you leave
Right.
to go back to the hotel. Sorry, the hotel, the house. Back the Airbnb. Back at the hotel, which you have traveled from, you find yourself at the bar where it used to be owned by a not Sima Sunnybright, but the snake lady.
Sunny. Wait. Sunny?
No,
No, Sima Sunnybright is the snake lady.
no,
Right.
Sima Sunnybright is the bad guy.
Sima is the bad guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm okay. Yeah, I mixed them up.
I
She's-
thought her name was Sunny something.
Dilla Sunshine.
Yeah.
Dilla Sunshine.
Yeah, it's Sunshine
Sunshine.
and
God damn it.
Mintention.
Sima Sunny. You know.
Cause sun is bright. Get it? I get
Sunny
it.
bright.
The evil people has the charming names.
Look, okay, Paris Hilton. But anyway, Dilla Sunshine, you go to the place and it's closed. Unfortunately, you look inside and there's no more tables, no more chairs. The bar is still there, but it's wrecked. You see graffiti on the walls and floors. Some of the windows are gone. The glass is no longer there. Tattered. It looks as if you breathed on any of the fabrics, they would just collapse into dust.
How long does it look like it's kind of been abandoned for? Like hundreds of years, kind of thing.
Like, maybe almost 200 years kind of thing. Like, nobody's come in to this particular
long time.
area, full stop. Like,
Yeah.
it is less lived in than the hotel area in the middle of the town.
Well, yeah,
and
makes
and
sense.
given the situation, you think that the brothel area would be somewhat the same,
Mhm.
which is sad. All right, what do? You have a bit of walking to do, or you could go back and touch base with the rest.
Yeah, I guess we just look around and then.
Yeah, I'd like to just kind of just like take some vibes and try to read the streets a little bit, see if I can identify any of my people.
Anywhere, people. Okay, this is interesting. You go through the town, everybody is comfortable. They're thriving in their own way. They don't want for the hierarchy of needs. Like, they have food, they have shelter, they have warmth, they have community. What they don't have is a large amount of expression.
Mm.
There's not a lot of graffiti on the walls, or people are very measured in what they can do. Nobody's trying to rock the boat, but nobody's super poor, nobody's super rich.
Interesting.
You do, because of your city background, just clock a few alleyways, a few tunnels underground, the sewerage system. You're like, okay, if I wanted to escape, I can probably go here, 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 here. And there's probably a shortcut from here to there if I really wanted one. That kind of thing. You're very sure that you can easily navigate this area.
Yep.
What kind of vibes are you looking for? Also, there are the further in town you go, the more shops there are. So there's like scroll shops, there are magic shops. There's a shop where you can buy fun clothes like cloak of billowing and hat that changes color and suddenly fluffy jacket.
It changes color.
Gnomes live for a long time, don't they?
Yeah,
Gnomes?
no,
I don't
Gnomes.
remember. Gnomes, yes. Gnomes
Yeah.
are long lived. Gnomes,
extremely long.
halflings, dwarves.
Yeah. Remember
Gnome.
our friend in Broad that the girl with the wheelchair
Shop,
from the magic
shop
shop?
lady.
Oh. You
Sorry?
haven't seen any of uh,
The stores.
Yeah, there
Guillermo's
isn't much in
shop.
Broad.
Yeah, you haven't seen her shop in a while.
It's okay. I was just thinking.
Okay. If nothing else, you all meet up back at the
We head back.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you touch base. Speaker is still not here yet with Van. Whatever he's doing must be important. And you hear a knock on the door. You see Roliver, and behind him Synax and Nadira. Bilil and Topher are not with them. And Roliver looks at you and bows and goes, "If you're quite ready, the elders would like to meet with you."
Wonderful.
And I think that would be a great place to end as we move into next week to finish your negotiations and have our buddies back in tow. Thank you for watching. That was great. Thanks for watching. Bye. So back straight. Drink water. Be good. See you next week. Bye.